People in this world, in this we live in, we done spent our entire lives trying to do what's pleasing to us. And then we realize it really don't bring you the joy that you think. I was telling somebody over the weekend, I don't trust myself. Most people like, it's one person I can trust is me. Let me tell you that's another lie the devil tells you, that you can trust yourself. Well, if I can trust myself, that means I can get myself out of trouble. I can do everything without Christ who strengthens me. If I can put that much trust in myself, I mean, I don't need God. If I trust Houston. But if I trust the Lord, that's even better. Because I know I do some things. Sometimes my mind want to do some things that my spiritual body does not approve of. And that's where he comes in and helps you. But as I was saying before I stopped recording the first time, if you think that just Sunday service is enough, I hate, I'm saying what I hate hearing a lot. And don't take this the wrong way, people. People like, I love my church. I love my church. I love my church. My church is the best. Listen to you. Do you see what I'm saying? You put your trust in a building. How about I love Jesus? If your church is good, you're supposed to say, I love Jesus. I love my church. A lot of y'all love the church more than you love Jesus. I threw you for a loophole then. You don't even know what to do. You don't even know what to say to that. But you think you've been saying the right thing all these years. I just love my pastor. I just love the pastor's wife. What Jesus said. I'm being real now. Did you read the scriptures? I just love Paul to death. Just love Peter. Just love James to death. They gave more reverence than Christ than anything. Y'all might want to start reverencing Christ. Little children, keep yourselves from idols. Have you read James? Or John, I mean. I think it was the end of the last line in 1 John. Little children, keep yourselves from idols. And it's like, that's what y'all do. Y'all idolize people. What did that psalm say? Other gods. Other gods are whatever you set up in your heart as a god. Y'all ain't hearing me. Whatever you set up in your heart as a god. If your pastor is more important than Jesus, that's your God. That's your idol. Yeah. I know y'all didn't want to hear this from me this morning, but it's going to be quick. I ain't got time. I'm almost at work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that many more minutes to chastise. You call yourself a Christian, you better get used to chastisement. I've been up since 2:40 this morning. But I was on the road though, but hey, the Lord sustained me. I was watching a movie and I just gotta talk about it. It's called Eminence. It's on Showtime. You probably can rent it somewhere. You can probably find it for free somewhere. I'm sure you can. It's about some people who get in a boat. They show you little bits and pieces of the people. But I don't want to tell you too much of the movie. But there's something happening in the Bermuda Triangle. So these scientists and these 6 people go to this location seeking, they don't call them aliens, no, but call them highly intellectual beings, HEBs, or something like that. I don't know, something like that. But one person on the boat is die-hard Christian. But you got to see, you got to watch the movie. But it's great to show how people will see all these signs and wonders and still not reverence God. But it's a good watch. I encourage you to watch it. I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to spoil it for you. But it's a great movie called Eminence. You can find it on Showtime or you can find it somewhere else. But that's how we are, people. We'll trust in what man say in a book. I'm talking about people get on my nerves so much. Like you put all your eggs in that one book. I'm like, that makes more sense to me than putting in 20 books that tell you 20 different things. I rather put it in one that stick to the same course. One thing about this society we live in, all this science and stuff is constantly changing. When I was in the military, before I joined the military, I said, I want to get into computers. So I got into computers. I got into network administration when I was in the military. And I was like, God, I hate this. This is boring. And then I realized something. You got to constantly keep upgrading. You got to constantly go to school to learn a new certification. But I'm going to tell you something about the Bible. All you got to do is keep learning that same book over and over again. It'll give you all the answers. You ain't got to wait till a new book come out. You got the same book that holds true to the same thing, and it's been like that for eternity. You understand? That's the profession I want to go after. That don't change. You know, the Lord don't change. He said his word's going to be remain. It's going to be the same. Everything. But everything else constantly changing. Even the Quran has changed multiple times. Good Lord have mercy. What a book that constantly changes. Now, man keep trying to change the Bible, but that's man. But this book has been the same. It has stood the test of time. Proof. People are like, what proof? I'm going to tell you one line in the movie. The dude was dope. I'm going to tell you a movie. One line. This chick said, her dad said before he died, that when you go looking for God, you find the devil. That is so very true. That is so very true. But when you go looking for the devil, you might not find God. Oh, okay then. You understand? But that line is so true though. Because I can relate to it. And the guy was like, I'm not looking for any proof. I already saw my proof. Basically, it's nothing you can say to disprove my belief system, because I already experienced what I needed to experience as truth. And that's what Christians stand on. We didn't have our proof. We didn't have our moment when we like, hey, this is real. I'm sticking with it. Ain't nobody can tell me nothing. I don't care about none of it. I don't hate nobody, but nobody can't persuade me that a life nor death will separate me from the love of Jesus Christ. And the thing is, let me tell you something. Once you met the devil, I met him. Once you met the devil, and you see how he works, you're going to need Jesus. But now the thing is, you can meet the devil and let him come on in. You remember that movie, Storm of the Century by what his name is? Golly, I can't think of this dude's name. Stephen King. And you're like, living in sin? Come on in, or something. Like, that's what happens when you let the devil in. He'll give you what you ask. He will. He'll give you exactly what you ask for, according to your deceitful heart, without God. I'm telling you. And that's why a lot of people think the devil is God, because he provides for you according to his deceitful heart, and he's deceiving your heart to give you more sin, and you think it's God. You think doing evil and sinful nature is a gift from God. You crazy? Are you out of your mind? It said there's no evil or wickedness in the Lord. It's very simple. You can't ask for wicked things and get them and be like, God gave it to me. That's real talk, people. Why am I talking to you about this? Because you need to read your Bible. Because there's a lot of people living right now blind. Don't understand nothing that's being told to them, or don't want to understand it for some reason. I don't know what's going on. They want to keep doing what they want to do. You see, that's the devil wants you to do. Believe what your heart want to believe, so you can disprove God. You see, and the thing is, one thing people believe is the devil ain't real. Another way the devil gets you. I'm trying to kind of give you some hints on this movie. A lot of people, they try to convince you that the devil ain't real. Nothing in the Bible is real. God ain't real. You see, the devil had already sold his web for centuries. And he done figured out what works. And he figured out what don't work. He's a master manipulator. He's been walking this world to and fro for hundreds of years. He knows exactly how to trick folks. He been using technology. Just think about it. Every time a new scientific instrument comes out, guess who's in the midst of the details? If he's been around for a long time, Jesus said he beheld them fall like lightning. Then he was in the garden. So he's been around here for a long time. You think he don't know how to use Facebook? You think he don't know how to use the internet? You think he don't know how to use artificial intelligence? You think he don't know how to use science? You know, use all that for his benefit. to trick as many people as he can. And y'all letting him. He even know how to misuse the word to trick you. Then he know how to blind you from even seeking the word. Come on, Mika. You see, like I said, it's a pattern in this Bible. The people that stayed close to God, they sought him on a regular basis. Then you can't be fooled. You know, a voice in my head always tell me this. I'm not a book reader. I don't like books. But I love television. And every time I watch a movie, it's like, pay attention. Because I'm going to tell you something. Movies, the devil and God work in them. He show you things. You might want to pay attention. Everything you need to know is right there. They don't hide nothing no more. It's right there in the open. Teach you how to do spells and everything. Teach you how to worship God the right way. They show you all that in the movies. You understand? I just love television. I love it. I don't worship it, but I love it. And because it's very instructional. Another line that was said in the movie. The dude was like, he was talking to this guy. You're like, what school did you go to? He said, YouTube. And boy, that's why this movie is like so on point, because you can learn a lot from YouTube. You can learn a lot from YouTube. You really can, but you gotta go get no degree. That's when you just want a status. One thing about growth and learning, you don't have to go to an institution for somebody to say, you this smart. You got A's. Man, don't mean nothing. Nothing. Some of the most non-spiritual people are people who went to college. You see, the Bible says something, a word that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Unbelief. Think about that word. Meditate on that word for a second. Unbelief. That means like you once believed, but now you don't. And you know what school do? Try to make you unbelieve. Because most of us, especially in the South, in this world today right now, we know about God. The majority of us do. Especially if you live in a city or anywhere like that. We know what God is. You know what I'm saying? We heard about God. We heard about Jesus. So society is trying to make you unbelieve. Flood your head with science, technology, this and that. Man can do anything. Yeah, you know what? The Lord said you can do whatever you want. The Lord even said man can do whatever they think. If they put their mind to it, they can do it. And look at it. We made it the atomic bomb. So much great stuff we have made. Atomic bomb, bullets, arrows, you know, knives. We done made some good stuff. And people are like, well, man don't make it. The gun ain't gonna make it. Okay, some people do. Some people feel like they indestructible with a gun or a weapon in their hand. Well, I'm telling you what weapon I feel indestructible with. This right here, I feel like I got the whole armor of God on. I don't even carry a gun. For what? Because I'm going to do something stupid. If I had a gun by me, I might get mad. I'm going to tell you what I might do. You see, that's how the devil works. He used man-made inventions to destroy you. But the thing is, there's a lot of good inventions out there. But you need your discernment. You need to know what you need and what you don't need. It's simple, people. Let me pause and I will continue.